Whoa, hello chat room. I'm bringing the Stardew Valley music down a little bit. I'm on a I haven't been playing Stardew Valley, however, I really do enjoy the Stardew Valley. There's supposed to be chat. Oh yeah, there's a chat overlay now. Isn't that fucking cool? I set that up just so there's something to look at. That's okay, that's the first time I'm seeing it actually working. It fades out after another chat another chat message comes in. So that's something a little new. I have a little overlay layer on OBS now, so I can have the funny amethyst twerking and also have like cool other shit like chat overlay. Something simple, something cool. You have 2 chat overlays now. This is more for to prove that when I read stuff out loud, it's not me coming up with it. It's like once the stream turns into a video, basically, I can like prove, oh, I was just reading a chat message, and then the things that I do say for real is then that's gonna be held over my head forever. Also, I almost didn't stream today. I like totally forgot. My schedule has been all messed up because of the fucking Christmas New Year's break that I've been on. So I was like, oh, I don't need to do anything today, and then I realized I return to work tomorrow, and also today is Sunday, so I'm gonna stream, even though I could have streamed yesterday. I also forgot to expect one. That's pretty good. I really wish Christmas wasn't close to New Year's Eve. Well, my problem is that my birthday is exactly a week before Christmas, and then it's my birthday, then it's Christmas, then it's New Year's, and it's like I don't have any time to just like relax. Yeah, and then I have to go back to work. We should just start our own fucking calendar. Just start a calendar that's a big fucking, like, circle, like the Mayans did. Was it Mayans that had the calendar? Or Aztecs? I can't remember. One of those ancient South American civilizations. That just hasn't solidified in my mind. Well, the problem is I don't really stream. I don't stream consistently enough for it to be solidified, because I've missed a few. I wouldn't say recently, but like a month ago, I was sick and stuff, so I just ended up skipping. We need to abolish the letter Q. I disagree. I think Q is... Nah, actually, I can... I just said I disagree to, like, just be contrarian, but no, I think I can agree with that. In the English language, sure. If I'm talking, like, French, then Q needs to still exist. I think. No. Wait. X is kind of useless as well. I think X can go... Like, X in general, like, it's Twitter. Like, it'll always be Twitter. Fuck X. Also, I'm doing a lot of alsos. We'll get to this. We'll get to the show in just a second. However, I listened to an audiobook of the book Stranger in a Strange Land by Robert A. Heinlein. This music's a little loud. One sec. And that book is the origin of the word grok. And we all know that Twitter, or Elon Musk appropriated the word grok to use as the the name of the AI that's on Twitter. I say we gotta reappropriate the word grok and use it as it's intended. Because grok in the book means to, like, understand something fully to the point where it's, like, a part of yourself. Right? And I think that's cool. I think that's a cool fucking word. And I think it's, like, really versatile. I should totally, like, totally use that. That's cool as hell. Yeah, if you grok something, you understand it fully. Anyway, I'm going to try to incorporate that into my lexicon, and I hope a lot of people follow suit. I did that before. I started saying the word indeed, and then a lot of people started saying indeed, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Buddhist monk-ass word? Oh, but in the context of the book, it's fucking awesome. I feel like Twitter rebranding to X has to be the biggest rebrand of all times, considering 70% of people refuse to call it X and still call it Twitter. Then you must have never heard of the Sears Tower. Because nobody calls it the Willis Tower. It's the fucking Sears Tower. There we go. Thank you for Gemology. For real, I haven't looked forward to a weekly series in so long, and I'm not a massive Steven Universe fan. I just like the way you analyze stuff. Well, thank you. That's fucking cool. I will say I'm also not the biggest Steven Universe fan, but this show is like, I mean, I am one of the bigger ones. I can name like 4 other people that I know personally that are bigger Steven Universe fans than me. And this is not admittedly not my favorite show of all time, but it's like the perfect show to analyze. I do really enjoy it. Steven rocking it with a left-handed guitar. Someone in the comments pointed out this is a left-handed guitar, and now I can't. I feel like a failure because I'm like, oh, in the last video I'm like, I'm not gonna analyze the instruments because, like, if I complained about the strings, like, Greg's guitar only has 4 strings. If I mention that every time there's a instrument on screen, then I would just be talking in a circle every video. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna not analyze the instruments at all. And then I fail to realize that Steven's using a left-handed guitar. Steven's left-handed? He's not, though. Like, when he writes and shit, he uses his right hand. And every other instrument he plays, he's using a right-handed instrument. His ukulele and stuff. Ambidextrous, perhaps? Why would he... Like, I feel like a left-handed guitar is more expensive, isn't it? Hold on, left... Not only is it a left-handed guitar, but it's like a left-handed child's guitar. Maybe it'd be cheaper because nobody wants to fucking buy one of those. I'm left-handed. I play all my instruments right-handed, the correct way, rather. I feel like guitars might be an exception. String instruments, I mean, might be an exception, but instruments in general, like, shouldn't have, there shouldn't be, like, an exception to, like, oh, you're left-handed, let's get you a fucking left-handed clarinet then. No, you just gotta deal with it. That's what I had to do. His human half is right-handed and his gem half is right-handed. Wait, I like started reading that. I thought it was gonna go the other way. It's just both sides are right-handed. Okay, I do a lot of other things right-handed. If I play baseball, yeah, when I play baseball, I bat right-handed, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna pretend I meant to do that. Hell yeah. The problem is I can never take a calligraphy class because I would smear constantly. My hand. Ooh. Steven getting electrocuted by the electric guitar. Play that clip of Electro Boom making a electric guitar that he plugs into the wall. I play trumpet and that isn't really handed, I guess. I don't know, I've held a trumpet the wrong way and it doesn't quite feel right. What is the actual difference between left and right-handed scissors? I have a pair of left-handed scissors right here. If you hold it in your left hand, then your thumb is pushing at the top, which is pushing like at the pivot point. I don't know how to explain this, but it's like levering so the blades like push together. But if you hold it with your right hand, it's levering so the blades push away so they don't really come in contact very easily. So in general, right-handed scissors, when you're using them with your left hand, like when I use scissors for right-handed people, they just don't cut as well as a pair of left-handed scissors because of the leverage. Amos is fucking pissed. The plastic molding part of on the scissors is mirrored as compared to right hand. That is also true. Yeah, and there's no such thing as ambidextrous scissors. Like, people will insist that that's true, and if you're left-handed, you'll know what I mean, is that there's no... those don't exist. They say they exist, they're not real. Amethyst looks extra plump in this shot. Yeah, she's got, like, a bazoom here. Maybe it's just that her head is small. I've always had difficulties cutting and never understood why they just wouldn't cut 50% of the time. Yeah. If, like, that center, whatever locking, the little screw that locks the blades together, if that's even a little bit loose on a pair of right-handed scissors, then left-handed people are going to have trouble with it. They're about as real as ambidextrous firearms. Also, talk about weird... This is one of those episodes that it's animated or storyboarded by one of my least favorite artists, which is that Raven Molisi. How do you say that name? Or no, that's one of the good ones. Helen Joe. That's one that I'm not a fan of. But there's a lot of inconsistencies. Like, Pearl's got a big fucking chin. Amethyst's head is too small. Garnet looks normal. Garnet looks fine. What the fuck happened to Pearl? Also, her leg is like, she's got no ass. She's got Hank Hill's ass. She's taller than Garnet in the shot. She's closer to the camera. But that shouldn't make, like, that big of a deal, right? Wait, it's even worse because she's standing in front of the stairs? Maybe that's just a layering issue. She's improperly layered, and then it makes her scale look off. She looks, like, really tiny if you take perspective into account. Also, that same artist likes to draw the pupils really big, and then Pearl looks high as shit every time they draw her. I do like this face. This is a good face, though. I like that detail. I like big pupils. I was in a conversation. This was like a couple weeks ago. I was in the Discord TM and doing some chat, voice chat, and we got into a conversation of Summer Camp Island. I don't know how many of you have watched that show. I've barely watched any of the show. I've seen maybe like 4 episodes of it. I've probably seen less of that show than I have of Uncle Grandpa. But that art style has characters with really big pupils, and it kind of weirds me out. I don't know. I can't get used to it. I don't know anything about that show. I just know it's an island and there's magic and witches and stuff. It's like default magic. It's not like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not like very interesting. Adventure Time eyes? I like Adventure Time eyes. I like the little dot eyes that they give. Do you know Summer Camp Island had like 6 seasons? I don't think it's as many episodes as something like Steven Universe. Yeah, I was going to say, Garnet is fucking huge. I paused on this frame because Garnet is absolutely massive in this shot. Like, her shoulders. Pearl's head only goes up to her shoulders. I don't know. It's very odd looking. Like, Pearl and Amethyst look fine, and then Garnet's just fucking big ass. I'm going to look at, hold on, Summer Camp Island. Maybe I should. There's a lot of, let's see. Oh, they had shortened seasons because of the Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Summer Camp Island had 120 episodes. Good lord. Are Garnet's lower legs always that skinny? No, they're not usually. You're right. She's got fucking... Oh, what is that? It's like liver failure that can cause like fat upper body. Not that she's fat, but her upper body. Wait, what the hell? Hold on. Okay. I'm looking at the stools because I've rewired my brain to look at stool continuity now. I'm thinking about the next episode, Political Power, where the stools revert back to the ones with the backs. So it's fine. This one's okay. These stools in this episode, they're consistent. Also, I talked about this in the video, but this like eye thing that this specific storyboard artist does is really distracting. Fairly sure that shows like Summer Camp Island and OKKO were victims of the initial Warner Brother and AT&T merger. I don't think Warner Brothers and AT&T ever merged. I think you're thinking of something else. Wait, AT&T. That's not... That was... If that's... What am I thinking of? What? Oh, it is, yeah. Time Warner acquisition by AT&T, but that happened in 2016. I'm talking about Warner Brothers acquiring Discovery, which was in the 2020s. Okay, I was freaking out because I don't even remember. His ear is so small. I think that's normal ear. I don't think that's that small. Garnet or Pearl and them don't have any ears. Stephen DeMeo. His ear is usually bigger? I think we're just discovering all that these specific storyboard artists just have really, their style is just much so much different from like every other, what do you call it? Every other storyboard artist that has been on the show so far. Oh, it's so distracting, this fucking eye thing, dude. I think who was the Helen Jo? I think she's off. She does like 1 or 2 episodes in season 2, and then she's not credited for any after that. So I think there's a bit of an improvement after that. Flangers aside, I didn't include Flangers aside in the video. I just can't. It's so, I don't know, it's so distracting. Once I've noticed it once, it's I can only see the shiny eye. Lamar Abrams. Yeah, Lamar Abrams I remember being pretty good. Yeah, sticking around till the movie. Pretty much everyone tightened up quite a lot as the series matured. That makes me wonder if this episode was boarded like way before everything else. Just because this was like a definite plot beat. So like, of course they would, if you knew your story, you would, and you knew how many episodes you had to do, you would board all the stories that you know are going to be important plot beats first. That's what I would do, right? And then you would make episodes to fill in the ones, which is to say filler episodes. Greg's shoulders? Yeah, he's really hunched. He's like... I don't know. I paused on this frame and I'm freaking out. Is Rose left-handed? Does she... Hold on. If I search Rose Quartz and see what hand she has her sword in. She... In this image that I found... She had her on this. This is off the wiki. Let me open this image real quick. Hold on. Open image, new tab. In this image, she has her sword in her left hand, so it's possible. I don't know. This could have just been mirrored or something. I don't know. I'll have to check in later in the show when she's depicted actually holding a sword. It looks off. It's probably mirrored. I don't know if it is. I don't think there's a definitive way to tell. Going back, the eyes and the lip bite are crazy. He looks a little bit like a rodent in this shot. If I find one where his eyes are all the way open, then he looks like a rodent. Like a squirrel or a rat or something. No one can ignore the universe. Greg has the same build as Crazy Dave. Dude, my fucking soldier in TF2... I made a cosmetic loadout to look like Crazy Dave. Let me scroll up and see if I can find the picture. I just reminded me of that. I'm derailing a little bit. Let me open this picture up. There we go. I spent money to do this, by the way. I spent maybe like 12 cents. But my Crazy Dave soldier, there he is. The season 2 extended intro is so good. That gives me a question. Do you guys want to see, because I'll just leave this up to people if they want a full video about it. Do you guys want to see like just a standalone video about the season 2 extended intro? Because I'll do that. That's something I've wanted to do, but I don't know if people would want that. Yes, yeah, yes, please do it. Okay, I'll do it. I'll you know what? Cuz I'll be taking a break after, what do you call it? After the finale, after Jailbreak. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, but instead of taking like a full break, I'm going to probably do that as like a short, not like a short, but it's like a little 5-minute kind of video. Even though it's the new intro doesn't get used until like a little bit into season 2, like after Amethyst gets her new form. Weirdly enough, they used that intro with Amethyst having her new form, you know, after reformed. And then in that same episode, she doesn't have her new form. Like in the first fucking episode that they use the new intro with Amethyst's new form, the form is like not, they don't use her new form. Wait, his legs, what? What am I looking at? Why are his legs that way? Are we talking about this? He's got sunburn on his feet. He's so bulky. Yeah, he's a little bit rotund. He's got that Homer Simpson look going on. I know, like, Greg already kind of looks like Homer Simpson, but he, like, looks extra Homer Simpson in this episode. I don't know what it is. The contrast between his arm and his leg. Yeah, he's got like a little baby hands compared to his legs. I don't know. I'm not great with anatomy, so I don't know how legs and arms are normally supposed to look. I don't know, he's so rotund. It was also the lighting of that scene outside. It's a little bluish. It's easy to mix up the arms or the ones on top. Shit. I've been drawing feet on my arms all day. He looks like a pear. I don't think this is what they mean when they talk about pear-shaped women. Well, first of all, Greg's a man. Also, what is going on with this giant hand? This is normal hand. This is big, giant fucking hand. What is the deal? He's a bit Hagrid coded. I don't even know what coded means, but he's... I rewatched the first Harry Potter movie recently, like a week or two ago. And first of all, that movie holds up. That movie's good. The way they got Hagrid to look fucking huge in some of those shots is awesome. His right hand is as big as his head. Stung by a bee. That is his gear shifting hand, you're right. You would think the steering hand is going to be... I don't think his van has power steering, so he would need like a bigger hand for grasping his wheel. Sorry for phrasing it that way, but for steering, he would need stronger grip to do it with one hand and then to shift with his other one. The muscle steering wheel meme. I can only think of that one where there's like a furry convention in the windshield. There's another one of those memes where it's like a snub-nosed revolver that takes a picture every time you pull the trigger, and it's like the list of photos is like spider, furry, spider, John Lennon. It was pretty funny. Okay, that's enough of that. 10 minutes, sure. 10-minute timeout for spam. Don't do that. Don't spam in people's chat. What's the deal with... Okay, I gotta gripe. I'm gonna say this now because my next episode that I have to make is going to be The Return, right? Like, it's this episode, and then the next one is already up on Patreon, Political Power. I haven't started writing yet, but The Return is next. And I got a bit of a gripe in that episode, and I'm gonna say it now, but I'm gonna also include it in the episode. Is that fucking Lapis could have straight up just been lying here or whatever. Like, how do you know to trust Lapis, first of all, when she fucking stole the ocean and then attacked you? But like in The Return, the crystal gems, solely based on this message from Lapis, took the first shot at Jasper and Peridot. Don't forget this. The crystal gems shot first. How was Lapis able to record her warning despite being captive in a dungeon? It feels like she had to have escaped, right? And used the ship to send the message and then got caught. Maybe she got picked up, wasn't in prison yet, and then used the ship to send the message, and then when they found out that she did that, then they threw her in the brig, you know? I don't think she was a prisoner from the start. I think she did that and then got thrown in fucking juvie. I think if I'm the gems, I don't think I can see much reason for Lapis trying to pull one over on them. I think you're right. I'm just saying that, like, based on one single remark from someone you only met under really bad conditions, you decide to, like, not like, I don't know, it's, the hand when it shows up was not attacking. So the crystal gem's initial response is to fucking shoot it with 4 light cannons. You know, maybe if they didn't do that, they would have landed and started negotiations. Maybe if Lapis was more specific. Yeah, if Lapis... I think that's why But, yeah, if I'm considering that she probably sent the message from the ship, that's why she sounds so, like, desperate in this one. Because she probably had... I'm saying again, she probably was... At this point, is not a prisoner on the ship. She's just on the ship as an informant. And then when they catch that she sent this message, they fucking imprisoned her. I'll again say that I'll manage to say that in the episode as well. It wouldn't be that much of a reach to assume Peridot and Jasper would be hostile. I suppose you're right. Like, she made a pretty big deal out of well, these guys are big news. They're big deal, big bad, right? Ocean Gem has the best ending to a Steven Universe episode. I have to disagree. Because one of my favorite endings, one of my favorite episodes in the show is Message Received, which is not the message. This is the message. There's also Message Received, where Peridot tells off Yellow Diamond, right? And then that ends with Peridot saying, or Steven saying, "You know what this means?" And Peridot's like, "I'm a traitor to my homeworld," and Steven's like, "You're a crystal gem." And then Peridot's, and then it zooms out to, like, the Earth, and she's just, I love that ending. That's so good. Wait, why is that your favorite episode? I just like the moment when Peridot tells off Yellow Diamond. I think that's a really good sequence. Why is this so small? Wait, let me fix that. There we go. Now it's normal. After that episode, Peridot has every right to call herself the new leader of the Crystal Gems. I can see that. It's reasonable. Common fan theory is that there's somewhere in our solar system outside the Earth that has a galaxy warp where she can get to Homeworld. Yeah, that's... I think that is what happened. Either that or there's less likely scenario is that there was a ship flying around or a fucking red eye or something she was able to, like, call back to Homeworld with in the vicinity. Me when waking up. Oh, I don't want to wake up. Well, don't wake me up. Isn't there one on the moon? I don't know if there's, like, a galaxy warp on the moon. There might be. How are you feeling right now, dog? I remember you said you were sick. That was, like, 3 weeks ago I was sick, but I'm good. I'm doing all right. I got to see family on New Year's. That's good. I got to play Nerts. I said on the next video in Patreon, I talked about the game Nerts, if any of you have played that. It's like a competitive version of the solitaire game Canfield. And the first time I played it, the first couple times I played it, it was with like 15 people, and it stressed me the hell out. So I bought myself a copy of it because I was thinking about it after making the video. And I played it with my family at New Year's. And I started with like 3 people. I'm like, oh, this is actually cool. This is fun. And then I upped it to, I was playing with 5 other people, and I was like, okay, I can handle this. This is fun. This is cool. So I actually have a copy of it sitting next to me. The Diamonds probably don't have warp pads on their moon bases because they hate being annoyed. You know what would be funny to think about is if the galaxy warps have like some sort of gem equivalent to TSA. Like you have to get approval to use it to go to another colony. You have to have like a manifest or like a written permission to go to another planet. I think that could be possible. Pearl's covering her mouth. I headcanon that this was not intentionally like the Pearl covering her mouth thing started before they finalized how the pink diamond reveal was gonna go. That was just like part of Pearl's character before that, and then they implemented it into the little story, the backstory. Because she covers her mouth for other reasons. Which is mainly to say for the purpose of animators not wanting to do lip sync. I think the diamonds are way too big to use warp pads in the episode right after the wedding. I forget what that one's called. You can see Yellow Diamond warp in. Like, the diamonds have to use the warp pads one at a time because they can only fit one at a time. And then in later episodes, like multiple diamonds can use warp pads at the same time. Also, I'm talking about other stuff, but I focused on this Garnet looking all fucking tense. She's gonna like grit her teeth. She's gonna grind her teeth down. Pink would have to warp back and forth to the garden where she left Spinel. Who's to say that she just was on the garden that whole time and then warped to leave? I guess she did warp in like the flashback. You know what's bad? When the stoic Garnet is gritting her teeth. I'm not going to dignify that question with reading it out loud. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry because you wrote that question fully knowing that you would press enter and post it onto the internet. Now, you got to realize now, this is like permanent. Like what you say in my chat is now like on the video forever. I do like this moment. I didn't say anything. I didn't know what to say about it in the video, but when Garnet says it's got, I think that's really good, and she's like gritting her teeth again. I think again the storyboards, the drawings themselves are pretty terrible. I think we can all agree on that. But the writing, the jokes, it's good. Screenshotted, clipped, sent to the government. The problem about sending it to the U.S. government is that in the U.S. we have the First Amendment, and you can just like say whatever the fuck you want for free. I mean, to an extent. Like, if you slander someone, you're gonna get sued, but you're not gonna get thrown in prison. Oh, what is this hand? I knew this was weird. Okay, this hand... This, like, the way these hands go together makes total sense. This looks natural. This looks normal. Garnet has a smaller hand than Greg's, because Greg's got big fucking sausage fingers. And then... I know I couldn't do much better, but... goddamn. That's how I draw my hands. I'm sorry that you're so terrible. I'm kidding, of course. You're terrible, but I'm not disparaging you. I'm just disparaging this specific drawing. The claw. It is the three-finger hand thing a little bit. It's a little disproportionate. Her pinky looks a bit off, but it doesn't look that bad. I don't know. Look at this thumb. This thumb looks like fucked. A couple people said crab claw, and I'd have to agree because it looks like a crab claw. It looks like a wrench, like a adjustable pipe wrench. Also, this moon is a little bit... I know this is not... It's not the storyboard artists that do the backgrounds, but this moon is a little, like, squished. It's not quite a half circle. I'm sure I've done way worse on drawings I'm proud of. Yeah, I'd have to agree, but even so... I know I've drawn really shit hands in the past, and I've done, again, drawings that I really have enjoyed making. And then, some of them are just shit. Oh, I didn't get to try it. I didn't get to turn it on in time. But there's this setting on YouTube when you're streaming to do like a automatically generated like shorts, like vertical stream. There's just a little switch you can toggle on. I was going to do that and I forgot to do it before I started the stream. And I can't toggle it on now. It's too late. Okay, what else is there to look at in this episode? I pointed out here that the gems are sitting on this couch because the cushions from the other couch are being used to stuff the fucking wailing stone. I agree, you have done worse, yes. I agree, your drawings are shit! No, I'm kidding. Your drawings are awesome. If anyone hasn't seen Vondel's like fusion wheel stuff in the Discord server, go check those out because they're fucking awesome. Has Steven ever heard of personal space? This is like the normal distance you stand away from your father when you're a little child. I don't know, maybe he is kind of just standing in front of Greg. He's not standing off to the side. He's listening to his digestion. Pearl's looking sassy in the shot. Pearl is the sassiest character in the show. I think we've established that. I don't know. If we put her up against like Jenny Pizza, she might lose that title. But we've never seen Pearl and Jenny Pizza in a sass contest together. I've always laughed at Amethyst telling Greg where they're over here, but never realized why they say they were. Yeah, I'm the first person ever to notice that. But I feel like you're making this episode, and it's like, okay, so we go into the house, like, you know, you're in the writing room. It's like, okay, they come back into the house, and the gems are sitting on the couch. It's like, well, they can't be sitting on the couch because they have the fucking cushions plugging the the wailing stone. It's like, shit. They could be sitting on the stools, you know? But no, they're sitting on the bench. The chat overlay got really tall. I didn't know what the chat overlay would look like until I started the stream, so I'm glad it's fine. Also, Garnet electricity powers. How many of you forgot that Garnet, you know, Future Vision was the last time she used them? Or she used the electricity power. How many of you forgot that she had them? You haven't forgot? Okay, good. You're learning. Never? When did she get them? The first time she got electricity powers, or that they're shown, was in Arcade Mania, where Steven unplugged the Meat Beat Mania cabinet, and then Garnet used electricity powers to jumpstart it and just keep it going. A little bit. It was in the back of my mind until you brought it up. Yeah, it goes underused. I think. Not 100% sure. I think the last time she ends up using electricity is in Season 2, but I'm not 100% on that one. She may have done it in the zoo against Holly Blue Agate, but I can't remember. What is this? The double... What? The W ink. I want to look at some of the stickers. I think I'm going to zoom in on some of these freaking stickers that's on Greg's equipment and stuff. Let me... Because all the equipment... First of all, let's take a look at the cool switching spiral when Greg hands Steven the drawing. The spiral switches sides. I failed to mention that because I didn't notice it. This is the episode where we get to see the Lovecraftian horror of whatever is under Greg's van's hood. I'll zoom in on that later because it is kind of like non-Euclidean in there. It's a little bit strange. Also, a few people pointed out in the comments, Greg would have known what Lapis looked like because Pearl did a hologram. But then he's got to have some fucking photographic memory to be able to remember that. He grokked it. He grokked how Lapis looked really quickly. The mechanics of his car are unknowable. It's like if you open up an electric car, like you have no fucking idea what's going on. There's like wires and shit. This art does rule. I want to know who made it. I mean Greg, obviously, but like, who on the crew of the show did this art? Because it's cool as hell. Imagine if it was actually Greg's VA. That would be fucking sick, actually. I've been watching a bunch of these videos, these like Adventure Time character analysis videos. I can't remember the name of the person who does them, but he recently made one on Marceline. If anyone knows the channel, tell me, because I cannot remember. My phone's going off. Get out of here. And he mentioned in that video about Marceline is that that Hunson Abadir in Adventure Time, his voice actor is Marceline's voice actress's father, so it's like a cool, like, real life connection. And also Tom Kenny, you know, who voices Ice King, was like Olivia Olsen's babysitter in real life when she was like a little girl, which is kind of neat. Why does Greg have stress lines here? Because he's a fucking stressed out guy. I don't know. That's a good point. Is like, why are they making Greg look all fucking stressed out here? This is like a relaxing... Omar Elias. That's the one. Thank you. Omar Elias. I highly recommend that channel. It's very good. I'd be stressed out if I was Rose's husband in general. Well, again, we don't know if Greg and Rose were married. Steven's a bastard. He's a fucking bastard. Do you think Rose Quartz had a will written? I don't, this is where my brain goes. Is like, when Rose Quartz died, where did her, like, shit go, right? Did she, like, officially appoint Garnet as the leader of the Crystal Gems? Did she appoint fucking Steven? Where did her stuff go? Other than the trash heap. How much stuff did Rose Quartz have? Or are the Crystal Gems communists? Do they not believe in property? In Lion? Maybe that's what's in the chest. It's all the fucking legal documents, like Steven's birth certificate. I wonder if it was mostly Rose's stuff in Greg's storage unit. Yeah, how did Greg get the light cannon? That had to be in her will, right? Like, Rose Quartz knew she was gonna die. I guess gems, like, they aren't fucking legal. Like, there's no law between the 4 crystal gems, and they don't give a shit about Earth law. Look at how rotund he is. Look at him. Look at this. He's got like a fucking pregnant, what is it? Baby bump or a tumor in his stomach. I bet Rose just put stuff wherever it was convenient for her. I think that's probably the most real answer to that question. Rose Quartz does not strike me as the kind of person or gem who would write an Earth law will. My phone's still going off. Baby bump beer belly. Say that 10 times fast. Wait, is Lapis doing the hand thing? No, she's not quite doing the hand thing. So she's almost doing it. This hand is weird, though. This looks like an Ed and Eddie hand. I just want to read that out loud. Rotund Greg is going to make me act up. In, like, what way? Are you going to fucking start breaking shit? Go back to Steven's stance when he was singing? Oh, I want to see. Yeah, I see it in the thumbnail. He's like hunched over. Hold the phone. Now give the phone to me. Ooh, he has 3 fingers in this shot. I know that's like Pinky's probably just hidden behind his other fingers, but it's like characters with 3 fingers really freaks me out in this show. His eyes? Wait. What about it? Wait. Did I miss something? What about his eyes? I missed something. I don't know what you're talking about. Rare almond mouth smile, Steven. Yeah, he's not a CalArts style. CalArts style. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna say my thing about the CalArts style is that I don't care. What's more annoying is people complaining about the CalArts style. He's got a bean mouth. That's the style is bean mouth, and not even every character has a bean mouth. CalArts rant. It's masked homophobia. What the hell? How do you draw that line? There's like a lot of steps I'm missing there. What the hell? I'm so lost on that one. Twitter mostly. There's still a lot of steps in that statement that you said that I'm like missing. Someone having a rant about CalArts style as somehow leads to homophobia. That's an interesting slippery slope argument. I think I'm gonna leave it at there because that's like funny to think about. So this guitar in this style, or in this shot specifically, this guitar is fucking tiny. I don't know how Greg can be a guitarist with those sausage fingers too. Cause I got big hands, right? I got big fat fingertips. Ukulele and guitar in between. Maybe. Okay, we're done with the CalArts style. I said how like talking about the CalArts style is more annoying than ever like considering that it's a thing, you know? I literally like let in like it doesn't bother me, but talking like people complaining about it, and on the other side too, people complaining about it. Just listening, it's just like listening to politics to me. People complaining about other people complaining. It's very annoying to me. It's talking in circles at a certain point. Steven Universe politics. The political power is the closest. Actually, no. What is it? Dewey Wins. That's like the only political episode of this show where they like actually do politics. Some people will say, "Oh, gay wedding. That's like political." I don't think that's really political. That's just a gay wedding. At this point, I mean, it's in the show. It's not political. In the production of the show, it was, of course. I have to be honest. This pizza looks really bad. Not like from an art perspective, but like if I went to eat this pizza and this cheese wasn't like browned and crispy looking, I would not want to eat it. It's only political for homophobes. Yeah, I think you're right. It looks... Why is it so mushy? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how you guys like your pizza, but like I like a really thin, like cracker crust, like crispy, crunchy crust. So when you pick up a slice, it stays. It doesn't like flop down. If I pick up a slice of pizza and it flops and it hangs like straight down, then something's wrong. It's undercooked. The pepperoni doesn't even match up. Yeah, this one doesn't. I can understand this does happen when you do a pizza roller. If you've ever pizza rolled, pizza cutter rolled a pepperoni, like one side of it can get shoved into the slice. This one, I don't know how this happens. This is fucked. This one's normal. Analyzing pizza. That's what we're here for. This is the stream where we can fucking analyze whatever the hell we want. Pepperoni continuity. What's the deal with the bubble? Someone said Pearl's bubbles don't look like this, but they actually do. Actually, no, wait. How different does it look? In Fribo, it was a lot lighter. It's not like blue, but it's not this like pinkish either. I don't know how to explain it. I do think about this show whenever I see square pizza. How do you even make a square pizza? Every time I've made a pizza and I roll the dough out, the dough like wants to like retain its circular shape. You have to really fucking try to make it square. It seems not worth the effort. Square pizza pan. Ask Domino's. Maybe I gotta go work at Domino's for a month or something to find out how they make their square pizzas. I worked at, if any of you from the Midwest know Casey's, the gas station pizza place. It's a gas station pizza delivery, or pizza takeout combo. I worked there for a couple months, a couple years ago, and learned how to make pizzas really good, really cool like. But they didn't do square pizzas there. It's very, very strange, very odd. Is this a reference to Lilo and Stitch? Where Stitch puts his fingernail on the his claw on the record, and then he opens his mouth and all the sounds coming out of his mouth. Not the gas station pizza. If you've ever had Casey's pizza, you would know it's not gas station pizza. It's Casey's pizza. Have you ever watched Infinity Train? I have. That is a very good show. I feel like I need to rewatch it. I on my list for shows I need to rewatch and shows I need to watch in general. I watched the first episode of Pluribus. I don't know anything about that show, but I watched the first episode and it was really good. I'm gonna watch the rest of that. Then I'm gonna rewatch the entirety of Adventure Time front to back. That's been on my list for a really long time. And then Infinity Train is there somewhere. Tragic it wasn't able to continue. Yeah. You would hope that the creator would be able to get the rights to it and then pitch it to a different network or something. They don't seem to... Studios don't seem to do that anymore. Like, sell the rights to a show to somewhere else. Remember Doug? Remember when, like, Doug, they traded it from Nickelodeon to Disney? Or vice versa, I can't remember. Quick Trip Pizza? I don't think I've had Quick Trip Pizza all that often. Also in Iowa, it's called Quick Star because there's another gas station chain called Quick Trip that's spelled correctly. Adventurology series? I feel like there's a lot of analyzing Adventure Time. Maybe not episode by episode like Gemology or like overanalyzing Avatar, but again, we were talking about Omar Elias. That's a really good... If you want character analyses, that's a good channel. I do like this. This is like one of the best drawings in the show. Doug was first on Nick and then sold to Disney. Yeah, I think you're right. I didn't know which direction it got sold. I just got 3 ads and one was a minute long. I can't do anything about how long the ads are. I can pause ads, apparently. See what that does. 10 minutes, nobody will get an ad. That's neat. Adblock is your friend. I pay for YouTube Premium mostly for music, but having no ads on YouTube is like, I don't know how people can survive on YouTube without an ad blocker or without YouTube Premium. How the fuck are her arms like that? Let's go back. She's got like fat, like balloon arms. I don't know. It's not that bad? Yeah. I can't go back after having used premium. I don't think I can. I think the best ad blocker though is uBlock Origin. I still have that for other websites though, because most websites on the internet are borderline unusable without ad blockers. uBlock Origin is open source and I recommend that one. Oh, this eye thing, it's so... They don't do star eyes when it's these people storyboarding. It's like, well, I want to be unique. I want to make these eyes. It's like, well, that's distracting. It's... Wait. I do it, but barely. It's even worse because I watch on TV and you get minute-long ad breaks every time. I feel bad, but also there's a thing you could look into called Pi Hole. Like P-I hole. Where you get a Raspberry Pi, you set up the software on it, and it's like a network-wide ad blocker. I don't know if they work on, like, TV. I think that's the point, is so they works on... It works on other devices like TVs, phones, tablets, things like that, where you can't install ad blocker. Why do you have to pay to use YouTube with your display off? Well, I'll let you in on a secret, chat member. If you download the Firefox app and then go to youtube.com, you can let a video play and then turn your screen off and it continues working. Yeah. Let's look at these expressions. Steven's is normal, jovial thing. Amethyst is, like, concerned. Garnet's just, well, this is the last option we got. Garnet's just Garnet, actually. And then Pearl's, like, pissed for some reason. Oh, yeah, I have a, on my computer, on my browser, I have a Firefox extension that turns off, what is it called? Unhook. It turns off a bunch of, like, extra YouTube features, like shorts and autoplay and stuff. Because I get sucked into shorts way too easily. Pearl's default reaction to Greg seems to be anger. Well, because Greg, in her mind, like, Greg poisoned Rose and killed her. I don't want to pay for premium just to spite YouTube, for that reason specifically. What the hell is going on? I'm gonna time this. Wow, that's awful looking on the overlay. I'm ready to time you out again, however, if you're just gonna spam irrelevant chat stuff. I do want to pay for it because I can't deal with ads anymore. I think that's kind of the point of YouTube making, or Google making the ads, like, as awful as possible, to get people to switch over to premium. Though I don't know, it seems like, wouldn't they just make more money selling ads than selling premium subscriptions? Oh, her head is too small in this shot. That's all I have to say about this. I missed the stickers. Oh yeah, I was gonna zoom in on the stickers. The double wink. He's got the Mr. Universe branding, sure. He's got the burger. Tour 07. When was Greg Greg was not touring in 07. No way. No shot. Burger foreshadowing for Mr. Greg. I mean, foreshadowing for the very end of Drop Beat Dad. That's my, okay. I'm gonna rant right now about that because it's gonna be a long time before we get to that one. Drop Beat Dad has one of the things I hate the fucking most about how they do writing. They like excuse filler in this show. Because that episode where Marty comes back and fucks around for a little bit and then tries to sell everyone guacola, that episode is absolutely filler. But the way it's... The crew or the writers did one thing in that episode at the very, very, very end that makes it so you can't skip it, because then the next episodes wouldn't make any sense with Greg being rich. They make Greg rich at the end of the episode. Like the last 2 seconds, it's like $10 million. And like that's the only reason you would want to fucking watch that episode. But the rest of the episode is, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just, it's filler. I don't know. Is the double wink a reference or nod to anything? I don't know. I don't know what it could be. There's like I couldn't even know. That one grew from the need to have Greg some reason get a bunch of money. Yeah. Greg likes being homeless even after being rich. It's just him. It reminds me of, what's his name? Warren Buffett, who's, like, lived in his fucking childhood home in Omaha. Even though he's, like, a multi-millionaire. Like, one of the richest people. Drop Beat Dad walked so that Mr. Greg could fly. That's true. Because Mr. Greg comes right after Drop Beat Dad, right? If I'm correct. Also insane to consider that Mr. Greg is only 11 minutes. And I think that was the point, to be like, yeah, I can fit a whole Broadway musical into an 11-minute episode. I like this pearl face. I don't know. Andy's family has a mansion, as Greg mentioned, a lost deed about a mansion. I don't think it was lost. I think he's just, like, looking for it. I kind of wish Mr. Greg was a half-hour special. I think that defeats the purpose of it, though. I remember back when Steven Universe, like, before Steven Universe came out, I watched a bunch of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, because that was what was popular at the time, you know? That was the like peak Brony era right before this show came out. And that show did a lot of music. They did a half hour, like a 22-minute episode with like as many songs as Mr. Greg. They were longer songs, of course, but being able to cram it into a 22-minute episode, it's like it's still impressive. That's a show that's like on my list to go back to. I wanted to do a video about that, to like try to revisit that show and see if I still enjoy it, or if it was like I was only enjoying it because it was a meme to enjoy it. Garn is fucking huge in the shot, by the way. So yeah, at some point, maybe this summer or something, I will revisit My Little Pony and see if I still enjoy it at all. She is a giant woman, yeah. Tall, Garnet. Marty can get a song only if it's bad. I don't think Marty deserves like a good villain song, you know? Because Marty's not a good villain. Marty's just like an asshole. He's too on the nose. Like I said in the last episode, that he's like very much like the cartoon villain of all time. Okay, there is some wind up to this. Okay, I actually do like this animation. This is good. Maybe it takes a little bit for her to take off, but that little wind up is cool. Oh, what the hell? She's missing an eye here. Marty becomes hipster Mr. Burns. Garnet can do that? Yeah, Garnet, like all the crystal gems can jump really fucking high. Because they can, like, manipulate their weight or whatever. What is this? I'm scared? Well, let's go back and look at it again. That's pretty fucking scary. She is missing an eye. It's very strange. They gotta do that more often. To just jump away. I'm sad when they do the little joke, the little, to the nearest warp pad. They just run off instead of, like, jumping away. I think it is funny that they just run, like, that is the joke, is they just run off to, like, not too far away. Oh, what is this? Why is he so squished? Like, foreshortening is all wrong in this. I wish shows did episodes where characters noticed animation errors. They did a whole Ed and Nettie episode about that. Where, like, they start breaking the fucking universe and they steal Jimmy's outline, and then he like melts. He doesn't have an outline, so he melts and, like, drains into a fucking sewer drain. I love that episode of Ed and Nettie. That's the one with many doors, Ed boys. Too much. Wait, what was it? Too much for couch potato Ed boys. I don't know how Rolf sounds. I can't replicate Rolf from that show. Do you guys know that in Ed and Nettie that Kevin was voiced by a woman? Also, wait, hold on. The moon is here. In a previous shot, the moon is somewhere else, right? Wait, there's another moon. What? Moon continuity. I failed to mention this in the fucking, in the episode. You can't do that! That's not how the moon works! It's a, half of young boys voiced by women are Tara Strong. Yeah. Okay, let me think. Tara Strong was the older brother in Foster's, right? And then Timmy Turner in Fairly Odd Parents. Who else did she do? Like young boy characters. She did a fuckload. Ben Tennyson? That's true. But Ben Tennyson, I don't know. Tara Strong was good. Timmy Turner sounds terrible. Well, that's fine because that show is terrible. I'm not apologizing for that one. I don't like Fairly Odd Parents. I tried to go back. I liked it as a kid, and then I went back to watch it as an adult, and it's like, what the hell is this show? It's fucking weird. Yeah, Ben 10 was Tara Strong. The other half is Grey Delisle. Grey Delisle was Azula, though. Azula was good. I got 3 ads in a row. I'm sorry. Someone else came into the chat saying they also got 3 ads in a row. Dude, I can't control how many I can pause ads in the middle of the stream. However, I can't change how many fucking ads YouTube is giving people. I'm sorry. Tara Strong voices the entire young male population of planet Earth. That is true. She did voice me when I was younger. That's why I deleted all my older YouTube videos from all the YouTube videos back when I tried to make fucking like Minecraft Let's Play episode 2. There was no episode 1, only episode 2. Wait, how does Steven not bash his head against this angled post constantly? I don't know if this has been discussed here, but have you guys seen the Stranger Things finale? I haven't seen the Stranger Things episode 1, so no. I've never watched Stranger Things. Is he even his keys? What the hell? What are these keys for? There's no lock on this door. These are like those, it's to those, like, filing cabinets and stuff. There's a key, okay, chat, if you don't know this, I'm gonna blow your mind and I'm gonna make you, like, paranoid about security. There is a lock, a style of lock, that is used on fucking everything. From filing cabinets to, like, lock boxes, like fireproof document boxes, to RV, like the side panel doors, all sorts of shit like that. And the thing is, they're all keyed alike. All of those keys, like if you get one of those things that I just listed and you don't change the locks, like the default key can just unlock it. They don't like randomly change the pins on those keys. Hold on. Let me see. What is it called? What is it called? What the hell? There's a certain like serial number or whatever. It is a... I'm looking for it. Maybe it's a spare key for Greg's van. That is also possible, but why would Steven have it, you know? Oh yeah, those barrel locks. A lot of those times those barrel locks are also like similar. They're key to like I don't know if that's... Oh, I'm trying to find the actual like code on this key. It started with a C. I don't even remember what it was. Is it a C173? No, that's not right. I'll find it up. I just know that there's this is like the most common key, and it's freaking me out. That's what just the way these are drawn, it made me think it's like that same like round part, and they're really stumpy. There's also there's a lot of things that are key to like, and they sell this like thing on Amazon, that's like a bunch of like those like commonly keyed like commonly used keys that are all key to like usually. Pearl is, I think I said this earlier, but Pearl is fucking huge in this shot. Does Steven ever use that umbrella? I don't think he does. Oh, again, there was another Ed, Edd n Eddy episode where they found a key and they're like, well, I want to find out where the key goes to. That was a good episode. I'm not going to be able to find that like thing, the key thing I was talking about on Amazon. Okay, this is actually like the best Greg drawing in the show because he's on model as fuck. Also, do you think Rose being in the background is like intentional? Because he's here saying like, give me a chance and all that. He looks older here? I mean, a little bit. He looks stern. And I don't think he looks older. Rose in the background is always intentional. I mean, you think the framing is intentional. I think it is. In this shot specifically, I think it is. Do you hate that Future had him cut his hair? I think my reaction to when that happened was just like, okay, I guess. I never thought of Greg having long hair as being part of his identity or anything. It seemed kind of inconsequential, in my opinion. He should have gone totally bald and also shaved his hair. Hold on, let me... We gotta pull up the picture. It's a Reddit picture, but... So you'll have to see the... You'll have to vomit at the Reddit logo. But he looks like a thumb. I've always thought that. He looks like a thumb. Joe Rogan. That's good. That's funny. Would still marry. Top 10 images. So I've been... Okay, I don't know if you saw. I post right before the stream started. I posted something on the community channel. Or community tab on my fucking channel. I'm gonna have to find more images like that because I think it's funny to just post random bullshit to the community tab. This might be in the next one. I might do this one next. What? I can't. Okay. I have to stop. I have to look away. Is it just... Wait, is it looping the same two songs at this point? What is doing on... I'm reshuffling this Stardew Valley music. Okay, this works, I guess. Thumb Greg. How old is Greg? He's in like his 40s or 50s, I would think. I said, I don't know how correct I was, but I said the flashback episode, Story for Steven, was in the 80s, which would put him in his 50s here. Which I would believe it. I think he could be in his 50s. Music is so quiet, I didn't know there was any. I'm sorry. Early 50s feels right. Steven is a millennial? No? What? I had a comment on the story for Steven video saying like, this wasn't the 80s. It was, they said it was 1996. I'm like, where in the show did they say it was 1996? Again, if they said it on Twitter, or even worse, if they said it in a fucking interview, like at a panel at a convention, I don't know that. I can't know that because it's not in the show. I'm analyzing the show. Adventures in Light Distortion, he'd be 110. Steven would be the next one after that, Gen Z. Yeah, Gen Z is the current generation. Well, what is it? The current generation of children who are in like elementary school and middle school is Gen Alpha, right? These are like the 6-7 Roblox kids, tablet, iPad kids and stuff. And then my generation technically is Gen Z, even though I'm at like the really early end of Gen Z. Like at the kind of the point where that like switched from millennial to Gen Z. Why is Pearl's chin so fucking large? iPads are older than we think. Gen Beta started in 2025. I think separating, I think this all about all sorts of like identity, like labels. I'm gonna be like that guy who talks about, I don't want to label myself, but I think boiling down like the personalities of like a whole generation of people is really, really dismissive of like the more nuanced problems that people have, the uniqueness of people's lives. I was born in 2006 and I'm 19 now. That sickens me. It sickens me that people born that late are that old. I feel like people probably said the same thing about, like, me. How dare they? Exactly. I was born the same year this show came out? What the fuck? I feel old. I was born in 2002 and I'm 56 years old. I like to exaggerate years. I'm like, that was like, I don't know. Like, you talk about like a fucking Avengers Endgame. It's like that was like 12 years ago. Isn't that crazy? Something like that. Like, big like events that happened. Like, man, Harambe, that was 20 years ago. Not confirmed, but 2000 is the best year to be born. I don't know. I like where I'm at in terms of like my own childhood. I got the best cartoons. I got the tail end of the 90s cartoons. I got the mid 2010s, early 2010s. The mid 2000s, early 2010s cartoons. It was that was when the good shit was happening. Everyone's like, "Oh, I want to be in 90s. I love the 80s. I love the 90s." But it's like, I think some of the best entertainment, like TV entertainment, movies. I've watched a bunch of movies from from before 80s, 90s, stuff like that, and there's some really good shit. The Flapjack Renaissance. True. That's a good way to put it. Where was the Cursed Amethyst screenshot? This one? Where she's got, like, fish lips? COVID childhood is insane. I was 9 in 2020. You're lying. No, that can't be true. No. I just refuse to believe that. If the math works out, sure, but it's like my brain doesn't grok. I don't grok that. I'm sorry. No, I don't grok it fully. Like, I grok that the math works, but I cannot grok, like, the actual time that has passed since 2020. I feel like 2020 was such a big deal. It does. I don't know. It feels like not that long ago. But at the same time, it feels like years ago. Because it was. Now that I think about the things I actually did in 2020, it does feel like a long fucking time ago. Guys, I drove to Utah that year. Isn't that crazy? Any Utah chatters in the chat? Also, this year doing Gemology, well, 2025, that feels like a fucking eternity. And I think I can, like, benchmark it because I did a Gemology every week. I couldn't tell you, I didn't talk about myself in those videos, so I can't tell you what I was doing throughout, like, the whole year, but, like, it really stretched the year out. It made it feel a lot longer. ...2019 was 18 years ago. This frame looks like Greg has his own gem? Wait, where? What? Oh, because did I have my cursor over? No. That was my cursor, yeah. I switched back to the, like a little black... Okay, I'll give him a forehead gem, that's fine. Or I'll give him a palm gem. I switched back to like a little black cursor, and then I watched the stream back. And I'm like, well, you can't fucking see the cursor. You can't see what I'm pointing at. So I switched back to the purple one. Steven looks like a toddler. There's worse shots in the show where Steven looks like a toddler. And we're supposed to believe that he's 14 later. What does Greg's palm gem placement mean? 20-minute video. Ugh. Pearl has her shoulders up. Pearl's like, her fucking shoulders are gonna be sore doing this. She looks tense. She's also in a bit of a gamer posture. Speaking of gamer, I'm gonna play some video games a little bit later tonight. I don't know what. I'll probably play a little bit of Stardew Valley because I've been listening to the music all the time, and I feel like I need to play it now that I've been listening to it for so long. What's your favorite gem design in the show? Not taking into account any of their actual personalities. I think in terms of design, well, if we're talking Peridot, like the limb enhancers is fucking cool as hell. Peridot's like a normal design. Peridot's like small Peridot is not too interesting. But I like Lapis. I don't know. I like in animation. I like dresses and like big poofy skirts that move around. They always look cool. Limb Enhancer Peridot is awesome, yeah. I like the pink diamond shoes. I hate the fucking floating balls. I don't know what it is. It really unnecessarily. It's just I think for the purpose of my brain being funny, it pisses me off, dude. Fuck them. No, I'm. Rhodonite's design is underrated. I love floating balls. I like floating balls. I think floating balls are cool in all sorts of media, but like why? Why do they exist on her feet? Garnet is missing her gem here? You're right. What the hell? Human Garnet? I wonder if you press down on them if they would give way or stay static. I feel like you could move them as far as you want. Like it would just be like normal. Like it would just be like grabbing a ping pong ball. But like the moment you let go of it, it would like snap back to where it was. Do you think she gets them like caught on shit? Like she's walking around in their fucking garden and it just gets caught on some brambles or whatever. Free energy? I don't think you could generate energy off of it because like anything that's in the way would just block it. That's a strangely violent image. Imagine getting your toe, stubbing your toe, but like stubbing your football. Not the ball of your foot, but like your floating ball that floats above your foot. Do you think if you squeezed it like way too hard that you could fucking poof, you can poof her? If you squeeze the football and you compress it, do you think you could poof Pink Diamond? Yeah, if you put it in the hydraulic press. What happens if a gem gets shot with a gun? I think a gem instantly discorporates if you shoot a gem with a gun. Much like a person. If you shoot a gem with a gun, they're like just dead. Insta-poofing. If you shoot Jasper, she might be able to, if it's a smaller caliber, she might be able to catch it in her teeth. However, if you poison the bullet first, because you anticipated that, but then if she drank the antidote before that, you have to have another sniper. You have to have another fire, gunman. Do not give Bismuth a gun. If you taught Bismuth how to make a gun, then gems would be... I've always said that, like, human weaponry could outclass gems pretty easily. But if you taught Bismuth how to make firearms, I think it would be over. I think gems win. She would anticipate the second sniper? Shit. How do you win then? If you shoot the gem body with a gun, they'd poof, but if you shoot the gem itself, they'd probably shatter. I think, like, unless you have, like, a gem that's, like, a metal. I think if you shot bismuth in the gem, it wouldn't do anything. It would, like, embed in or something. I don't know. Bismuth invents a gem nuke. Can someone draw bismuth doing, like, the 1,000-yard stare? With wait, what's hold on, the Oppenheimer face. Yeah, bismuth doing the fucking Oppenheimer face with the fucking the cigarette or whatever. I guess there's a lot of Oppenheimer faces in the movie. It would probably crack the gem. Yeah, I think you could heal if bismuth got shot. You could heal her gem. Like it would maybe crack it a little bit, but you could heal it. It's fun to imagine a poofed diamond releasing a huge explosion. It's kind of unfortunate that Pearl killing Pink Diamond didn't like set off some kind of nuclear bomb. If I were engineering like a magical race of creatures, I would definitely put like the higher class ones. I would definitely put like a self-destruct. If they ever died, they would fucking explode into a nuclear bomb. You know, just for the hell of it. There's nothing on Earth that can stand up against them. Yeah, Lapis, but we've split the atom. That's so true. You just fucking drop a hydrogen bomb on them and it's just, you're just done. What do you do against that? It makes me think of that, like, what do you do in this situation meme? Like, be realistic. What do you do in this situation? Let me find the picture. Oh, I can't find it high enough. I can't find a good... Okay, this one's fine. It's on fucking Reddit, but what the hell is going on? I don't have a back button now? What is going on? Okay, my Google.com is breaking, so I don't know. Did my whole like browser died or something? Oh, I have 2 windows open. What the hell happened? Oh, I clicked open in a new window instead of in a new tab. That's what was going on. But this, okay, here we go. That was a weird thing, but like, what do you do in this situation? Just this unsurvivable fucking disaster. What do you do? Firefox user or Edge Chad? Neither. I use fucking... Who the fuck uses Edge? Hello? I use Zen browser. Imagine, not only... I'm on Linux, first of all, so using Edge is like a cardinal sin. This is like, okay, I'm looking at this meme and I'm thinking of like all those, oh, if I'm in a falling elevator, I'm just gonna like jump right before it hits the bottom. That way I don't die. What do you do in this situation? I call my cousin Joe. Who is Joe? There, I gave you that one for free. Super glue? Don't jump in a falling elevator? Earth would survive, but it would be bad news for the surface. Yeah. Everything on the surface would be fucking eviscerated, right? Because, like, these two, like, trillion-ton pieces of rock are gonna slam into each other and just cause, like, the largest earthquakes that have ever, like, happened in the whole fucking universe. Michael could do something about it. Yeah, he could, like, yeah. The cluster would form. Not sure what situation could lead to this in the first place. Well, it's when the Earth is like, you know how the Earth is moving through space, so you get like your Dark Souls character to parry it as it comes toward him, and then yeah. If you jump, you'll avoid the earthquake. Oh, you're so right. This is not analyzing Steven Universe. I'm sorry, but like I've been talking about the episode for 2 hours and there's not actually a lot to talk about in this episode. Would both parts of the Earth stay in the orbit? Well, first they would slam back together because they both have a very strong gravitational pull. Because they're both highly massive pieces of rock. Unless there was enough force to, like, push them apart, and then at which point, yes, they would form separate orbits. But also, over time, they would shape back into spheres. I don't think there's a lot more to say in episode. We're at that 2 hour mark too. I usually go 2 hours for these streams, and I didn't eat. I'll be honest, chat. I did not eat before I started this, so I'm getting to that point where I'm getting fucking hungry, and I want to end the stream so I can go eat something. Missed soda review. I didn't do soda review this stream. I'm sorry. I haven't had soda. I'm drinking like the Walmart Mountain Dew. Do you think Cookie Cat tastes good? Does the Pope shit in the woods? Yes, yes, I think Cookie Cat tastes good. It's a ice cream sandwich, of course. It tastes good. Great value. I feel bad for you. I don't. I paid $1 for a 2 liter of fucking soda. I feel awesome. Does it taste good? It tastes like Mountain Dew. It tastes like, well, I'm drinking the diet because I don't drink sugar sodas if I can help it. The Pope plays basketball. Guys, okay, sorry. The last thing I do before I go. I got excited because I remembered a fact. Did you guys know in the United States, in Washington, let me find an image. The Supreme Court it's like a 4-story building, right? And usually you don't get to see a lot of... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Usually you don't get to see a lot of it. You can go in, there's like the actual courtrooms. But on the top floor, there's a gym for like the staff that work there. And in that gym, there's a fucking basketball court. You know what they call it? Chat, it's the highest court in all the land. I wanna see when the fucking this is real. This is not like I'm not even joking. There is a basketball court at the like top floor of the fucking Supreme Court building. I'm gonna find a picture. Hold on. There's a fucking Wikipedia article. I will show you. I am not joshing. The highest court in the land is a basketball court located on the 5th floor of the United States Supreme Court building. It's real. It's here somewhere. Where's the picture? There's no picture? That's bullshit. It's real though. You can go and look at this. This is real. This is a very educational stream. This is probably the least derailing I've done on stream for a long time. I thought it was on the roof. That would be badass if it was on the roof. Could you imagine, like, the justices at the Supreme Court? Like, they need to settle some kind of argument. So they're like, okay, 2v2, we're gonna settle this. Even though there's not an even number of justices, and that's by design. I refuse to believe unless we all go on a field trip together. If you're funding it, I will arrange that. But this is real shit. I don't know why I thought I don't remember why I started thinking about that, but yeah. Anyway, I'm getting hungry. I feel like it's time that this is the good timeline. SCP-096 has breached containment and is freaking ballin' on the court. Why does Lapis' head look so big? Because she's like that guy from Fallout New Vegas. I don't know. Okay. Again, chat. I hate to end it, but I have to end it. Oh, before I have so many more things that I want to say before I go. I know it's the beginning of the year, and I have a lot of things I want to do this year on YouTube. I want to do more stuff than just Gemology. One of them is I want to do my first 26-hour stream. Because I said I would never do a 24-hour stream, so I'm just going to do a 26-hour stream instead. So I'm gonna find a time to do that. That's pretty much it. I want to do a 26-hour stream. I don't know what I would do the whole time though. So we'll have to figure that out. If I do more games on stream, if I do like Gemology discussion and then games after, I might do that in the future. I don't know. Let's do it on a milestone. Could do. I'll think about when I can do it. Yeah. Minecraft VR 25-hour stream. No, not VR. Play Save the Light. Save the Light definitely won't take me 26 hours. I should build a castle in Minecraft. I wish I was better at building in Minecraft. Put up a poll for games. That's true. I'll open like a Google Doc submission for game suggestions. Whenever I decide on like a date, I'll do that. And also, if I have to buy a game, I can write it off on my taxes. App Store games. There's just like a bunch of fucking Android to iPhone games. I can play multiple games, I know. Grade the tests. I am almost done with the tests. I have like 70 grades to go. I think I talked about that at the beginning. No, I said it on Discord. I am so close to being done grading the test that I will have emails and Discord DMs for the winners out this week. For sure. Like, for real 100%, I will have that. So if you are a winner, if you took the test and you put your email in, you'll be getting an email from sourcemaster@sourcemaster.net. Otherwise, you'll be getting a message from me on Discord. Those kinds of streams are fun to do, audience participation type stuff. I think I'll save that for like this summer, so I'll have a lot of time to think about that. I'm just planting that seed in people's minds so they know that I'm going to do it in the future this year. An email from Mr. Source is all I've ever wanted. Okay, chat. I do need to eat something, so I will be going. I know I did like false ends for a couple times already, but for real this time, I've said what I need to say, and I'm going to eat some food. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you're not part of the Discord already, there's a link in the description. Come hang out and chat and hang out. And Political Powers on Wednesday. It won't release accidentally this time. Okay. Bye, chat. Bye. Bye.